Hello ladies and gentlemen, Captain Shaq here, and welcome to Halo History and Lore. This is a series I'm producing that's all about diving into my love for the Halo universe. The last episode was all about the UNSC's most effective weapon, the Spartans. This episode, we take a deeper look at a single character, Captain Jacob Keyes.
Let's give our old friends a warm welcome.
I've already begun.
Attention, all combat personnel. Please report to your action station.
During the war with the Covenant, the UNSC had many heroes. One in particular was Captain Jacob Keyes, a legendary naval officer and brilliant tactician of the UNSC Navy. He's been decorated many times in his 35 years of combat experience, fighting the alien race known as the Covenant, which led him to commanding the Pillar of Autumn. He can be seen in Halo Combat Evolved chewing on his grandfather's pipe.
I'm gonna try and land the Autumn on it.
With all due respect, sir, this war has enough dead heroes.
I appreciate your concern, Cortana, but it's not up to me. The protocol is clear. Destruction or capture of a shipboard AI is absolutely unacceptable, and that means you're leaving ship. Lock in a selection of emergency landing zones, upload them to my neural lace, and then sort yourself for a heart transfer.
Aye, aye, sir.
Born on Earth, Keyes attended the Officer Candidate School at a young age. During his second year of training, an incident occurred that ended in the deaths of 14 ensigns, due to instructor error during a training exercise. Keyes suffered plasma burns during the test and had to be rehabilitated in a hospital for 2 months. His absolute refusal to testify against an instructor almost resulted in his removal from OCS training. But it also led to Dr. Catherine Elizabeth Halsey's interest in the then Lieutenant Junior grade Keyes. In 2517, 7 weeks out of OCS, Keyes was chosen by Dr. Halsey to assist her with the task of studying subjects for what would be the Spartan II project. Going undercover as a husband and wife that was looking for a school for their daughter gave them the opportunity to observe the future Spartans. The first child to be observed was Subject 117, known as John 117, aka Master Chief. He would never forget his time with Halsey or the names of the abducted children. As time went on and Keyes started to understand the nature of the Spartan II project, Dr. Halsey had him immediately sent back to normal duty with full lieutenant commission. Keyes would become an excellent strategist, especially in dealing with a genocidal Covenant. Early in the Human Covenant War, he became a widely known hero when he led a small group of security troops against a Covenant ambush of the frigate the UNSC Meriwether Lewis, and held the Covenant off long enough for the ship to escape.
Here was reckless. You two know better than this. Thanks.
He sustained a deep gouging plasma burn on his thigh, and his right hand was shattered, which later had to be rebuilt. Shortly after the glassing of Chartis 9 by the Covenant, the Midsummer Night chased down an insurrectionist freighter, the Kestrel, to a collection of hollowed-out asteroids moved together and connected with docking tubes known as the Rubble. Here, he would take command of the Midsummer Night due to his commanding officer being killed by a traitor. Keyes would later fight what is known as the Battle of the Rubble, saving over 1 million human survivors. For this act, he was promoted to commander by Preston Cole. Keyes eventually assumed command of the UNSC Iroquois in April of 2552. In 2552, he foresaw a Covenant attack on Sigma Octavius IV, thanks to a paper by Spartan 084 and a slipspace report by Ensign William Lavelle. His actions resulted in the destruction of a Covenant destroyer, 2 Covenant frigates, and the retreat of a Covenant carrier with a daring maneuver dubbed the Keyes Loop, all without AI assistance. This was a stunning victory that garnered recognition from all over the UNSC. Keyes would later return to Reach for a special mission, sadly inadvertently disclosing location of Reach to the Covenant via homing beacon that was attached to the Iroquois. The mission was to transport Spartan super soldiers deep into Covenant space with the goal of capturing a Prophet. As part of this command, Keyes was given control of the Pillar of Autumn. Before the Autumn could leave Reach for slip space, the Covenant attacked Reach. His mission scrubbed, Keyes offloaded most of the Spartans to the surface of the planet and sent 3 to Reach Station Gamma. He then tried to aid in the defense of Reach and even destroyed the supercruiser flagship of the fleet, not to be confused with the supercarrier that had already been destroyed by Noble Team just before the fleet arrived. But ultimately, his efforts were in vain. He could only pick up John 117 along with Spartan 058 and a handful of Marines from the station just before fleeing the pursuing Covenant. At some point after retrieving John 117, Keyes docked the Pillar of Autumn at the Azode ship breaking yard while waiting to receive a fragment of Cortana from Noble 6. This fragment held valuable navigational data which led the Pillar of Autumn to Halo. Noble 6 gave covering fire against the Covenant CCS-class battlecruiser and waves of other Covenant aircraft with a ground-based mass driver as the Autumn took off and withdrew.
Lieutenant, get aboard! We gotta get the hell out of here!
Negative. I have the gun. Good luck, sir.
Good luck to you, Spartan.
Good gun, Spartan. All stations, brace for castoff.
The Pillar of Autumn's AI Cortana ended up navigating the vessel to Installation 04, aka the first Halo ring in Halo Combat Evolved. During a mission to secure what they all believed to be a Forerunner weapon cache, it ended up being a storage lab holding the Flood. Keyes and his Marines were ambushed by the Flood. During the ensuing firefight, an infection form latched onto his back and infected him.
What is that?
Where's that coming from, Mendoza?
I don't... There! Get out!
Hold still! Hold still! Let him have it!
Sergeant, we're surrounded!
God damn it, Jenkins! Fire your weapons!
There are too many,
Don't
Sarge!
even think about it, Marine.
What is it? Rocco! Get back here, Marine! That's an order!
Jenkins!
Keyes observed helplessly as the form took over his body and attacked his mind. Originally, Keyes' body was turned into a combat form, but the Flood, apparently realizing his importance, merged him and several other combat forms into a proto-Gravemind. One of the tortures Keyes endured was having his memories ripped away one by one as the Flood tried to learn anything that would help them find a new food source. The Flood hoped that his intelligence would help them operate a damaged Covenant cruiser and escape the ring, but Keyes was able to fend it off by constantly accessing data that was permanently stored in his command neural interface.
Captain, he's one of them. We can't let the Flood get off this ring. You know what he'd expect. What he'd want us to do.
Keyes' life officially ended when John punched through his skull to retrieve the command neural interface after his mind had been absorbed by the Flood infection. With Cortana stating that, she knew this is what he wanted. His command neural interface enabled Master Chief and Cortana to start up the Pillar of Autumn's engines so they could destroy the Halo ring by overloading and exploding the engines.
Oh, how I will enjoy every moment of its categorization! To think that you would destroy this installation as well as this record! I am shocked. Almost too shocked for words.
Keyes died like he lived, a hero. Commander Keyes left behind a daughter, Miranda Halsey, who later changed her surname to Keyes. Keyes was an overly formal, quiet man who put the safety and security of the UNSC before his own personal safety on multiple occasions, charging headlong into battle, keeping a straight and calm face, whether fighting on the ground or in space, was his trademark. Well, that wraps up this week's Halo and Lore. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to TGN or my personal channel, The XP Gamers, for more gaming goodness. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.